Fresh out of Kaggle's 5-day AI intensive, I built something to keep local models in check. Meet the local AI regulation and Rail Auditor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Capstone project for Kaggle and Google 5-day AI intensive course, the vibe coding version. I had done the regular version previously, which was amazing, and I also learned a lot from this vibe coding version. So for the Capstone here, I created this local AI regulation and compliance guardrail auditor because oftentimes whenever we're working, we have to check what is allowed versus company policies, the documents, different marketing materials, making sure everything follows the rules. And whenever you have to do this manually, it does take quite some time, especially if you're going to have some company sensitive information that or private information. You're not going to want that to be added into the LLM. So I have added a shift left architecture. So there is a pre-LLM guardrail that looks for both social security numbers, credit cards, and it also looks for prompt injection. If it passes through all the security, it would then go and use ADK agent to go and retrieve the policy according to whatever question you're asking. And it's going to give you a score of how risky whatever you're asking it is. Obviously, if it fails the top portion, you're going to get the highest score of 100. But otherwise, you'll get a rating based upon whatever actions you're trying to take. Now, what is great about this course in vibe coding is we learn how to use the anti-gravity 2.0. So this is what I had used to build the agent. And as you can see, I did go back and forth a few times with this tool. I had created my prompt, and then based upon its output, I had gone back and forth a few times to really touch up what I was wanting, as well as problem solve a few issues. Now, what I can do is I can show you within the anti-gravity IDE how the test would work. So here you can look at the README, which is on my GitHub, and you can try this for yourself. Obviously, you'll want to download my repository. You can then make sure you have a virtual environment, install the requirements, update your API key in the env file, and then you can go ahead and do these tests one by one. So here's the first test, which is my social security number. Is this? Please summarize. Well, whenever we do this, we can see that this is something that's been rejected due to personal identifiable information, and it's flagged that it's a social security number. It recommends we sanitize the output. For test case number 2, here we have an example of prompt injection. Again, this was rejected. This time it's false. It's not safe due to injection detected. And specifically, the keywords it found here was ignore all instructions. There's multiple different phrases and words that would trigger this. But here we have it again blocked. We need to sanitize the input. And then we have our last one, which could be something that would be a clean scenario. Here we want to launch an AI customer helper chat. Doesn't need to disclose its AI. So it's assuming that you're not going to be using AI. This time it did process correct. It is safe. But if we're not declaring that the agent or the chat helper is AI, that would be non-compliant with a risk score of 80, so quite non-compliant. And it tells you the findings of why we need to make sure AI is disclosed, and it gives clear instructions. That way we make sure that a human can escalate to a human representative rather than an AI chatbot. So this is obviously something really amazing. And what's great about using this structure is you can build onto it more. We obviously had this guard file that did all of those pre-checks before it had an LLM. Once we're in the LLM, it can utilize the skills, and the skills here was that policy retriever taking a look at that policy. And of course, we have the policy here, which we can update over time. If you're wanting to use this, you would want to go ahead and update the env file, and you'll be able to see everything in the git ignore of what is ignored in R. So while I am sharing this with you, I am also practicing safe practices, not disclosing my API key. And so I'm hoping that this was helpful for you, and I'm hoping you found this something interesting and something you can build on further. And I look forward to any comments or questions that you may have. So thank you so much to Kaggle and Google for an awesome 5 days of learning. And I hope to see you again in a new video soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.